Is it time right now to be buying Ethereum? This is a question a lot of you guys have been asking out there, as Ethereum still the second largest cryptocurrency, but it's been very frustrating, very boring for the last couple of months. However, there are things happening right now in the news and on the charts that are showing us that it might be about to be an explosive, one of the top moving coins in the next couple of weeks, next couple of months. But if you want to know all the information about that detail, you got to watch to the very end to talk about what you should expect for Ethereum movements over the next little bit. But make sure to smash that like button, hit subscribe, and we've got to roll the intro. Now, like I said in the intro, Ethereum is not necessarily the top performing coin. It has not sparked a lot of confidence in the investors over the last couple of months. In fact, there's several people even asking the question, is this a coin we should stay involved in? Is a coin like SUI or Solana or XRP going to surpass Ethereum during this bull market? And while Ethereum hasn't had its day in the sun quite yet, I have a feeling that Ethereum might be about to do something special. And one of the biggest reasons why is because of some recent articles coming out about it. As you know, Ethereum is the only other coin besides Bitcoin that has an approved ETF. But let's talk a little bit about those ETFs, and let's talk about something that happened here more recently that's very special. I'll break down why. The SEC has approved Bitcoin and Ether ETFs from Hashdex and Franklin Templeton. There's an article posted about this here just a little bit ago, and you guys can read more about it on your own time. But if you don't have time to read it or you don't want to read it, I'll break down the significance of this move. We already have BlackRock and several other companies with Bitcoin spot ETFs and Ethereum spot ETFs, but this is brand new. This is an ETF where if you purchase it, you're getting access to both Bitcoin and Ethereum. Why is that significant? Because if you buy this ETF, the holder, in this case, Hashdex and Franklin Templeton, when you buy the ETF at the close before the next open, they have to go out and buy a combination of Bitcoin and Ethereum to be able to back this ETF. This is something that's actually super special. And even though this is just Hashdex and Franklin Templeton, there's speculation that BlackRock, Fidelity, and several others, after hearing this approval, more than likely will file for one of these themselves. This could be very special because all of that attention going into Bitcoin is also going to bring up Ethereum along with it, with this combined basket of an ETF. But that's not the only ETF news we have. We also have something very cool happening with Ethereum. If you have not been paying attention, I'll clue you in here. The Ethereum ETF is poised to surge in 2025, according to this analyst. But one of the reasons why, if we read some details here, is that as of December 16th, Ether ETFs have seen 7 straight weeks of net inflows, including a record-breaking $2.2 billion in the week of November 26th, according to data from CoinShares. By the way, in the last couple of weeks, we've also seen another 1.7 billion inflow come in on top of that. What does that mean? People are buying the Ethereum ETF for the first time really in bulk since its founding. But in this article, it goes on to give more significance here. It says the analysts expect this uptrend to continue in 2025, especially if strong spot ETH price performance enhances ETF returns and the regulators allow the funds to generate yields from staking. So in other words, can the retail come in? Can we get the price action to go up? And can we see regulators make the entire proof of stake world, the yields and the staking world of cryptocurrency, can we make it simpler and more painless situation? Well, guess what? There's a man who's going to be president here in less than 1 month named Donald Trump, who has promised to do just that. But keep going on with more information in this article. The last thing you need to know is that since November, the ETH has actually outperformed Bitcoin in crypto spot and the derivatives markets, according to a December report. So we're seeing the oncoming traffic into Ethereum ETFs for the first time since its founding. And this is something that just sparks that curiosity and says, hey, is Ethereum finally doing something? Is institutional adoption finally coming for Ethereum? And for more on that, I want to show you what I see going on in the charts to help you understand what's happening over the next couple of weeks, next couple of months. Let's go to the chart. And like I said, it hasn't been the most explosive coin, although we have seen a very good rally from those early November dates. We've seen Ethereum rally as high as 73%, not as much as maybe like your Solanas or your Chainlinks or your Ondos or other things like that, but it finally has shown us some excitement. But what I'm even more interested in is a potential formation that's in play at the moment. You know, in the last couple of days, we did crash. At the time of making this video, we had crashed all the way down to 3,000 or 3,100 area. This is a big pullback that Ethereum's had, over 20% in the last 4 days. But we've seen several bottom signals start to form here. By going up to the 2-daily chart, if you've been watching the show, we discussed the fact that 2 daily smart trails should have been hit by most projects. This is because on the Lux-Algo oscillator, many coins, including Ethereum, had set up what we call bearish sell signals when we had red reversals, bearish momentum, and negative money flow, right? So this expectation that Ethereum should at least make it to 3,400, if not all the way down to 3,300, has been something we've been looking at for a while. Although we slashed even lower than that, going down to 3,100 earlier today or earlier yesterday, and now we've made a massive bounce back up. But even more important is something that we're working to build at the moment. I can't guarantee you that 3,100 was the bottom, although there's a lot of signs that it could have been. If you want to learn more about that, go watch yesterday's live show on Investing Bros, where we broke down what we're looking at in cautious optimism for the long-term future. But even if Ethereum were to fall down to 2,800, I want to point out to you something that's developing here on the Ethereum charts. If we fell this far, we would be looking at a left shoulder that formed back here early in 2024, a head that formed here in the middle of 2024, and by the end of it, potentially are we creating the right shoulder of what's called an inverse head and shoulders pattern. That is a left shoulder, head, right shoulder. The way you look at this formation is by taking the length of the head up to the neckline. Again, this touching point right here, just about 4,000. You take the length of that over to a potential breakout. And what we're looking for is if we do rally back above 4,000, or when we rally back above 4,000, if we get a major breakout with increased volume, we can expect a pretty quick movement as high as $7,200. Very, very quickly. This is a price level I think could be hit by March of 2025. I believe Ethereum could go a lot higher than that. In fact, I'm still watching for potential movements up by the end of 2025, closer to 16, maybe 18,000. But for now, focus on the shorter term movements. We're seeing a lot of things develop along with that ETF news showing that these charts very much could have an explosion up to 7,200. But this isn't the only thing that I see going on. At the moment, we're kind of on a watching radar right now. Are we in altcoin season? Is the Bitcoin dominance finished moving to the upside? It's had a resurgence here over the last couple of days, while today is kind of pulling back down. This is something you absolutely want to keep an eye on. Does this Bitcoin dominance chart continue to the upside, or does it go to the downside? Well, to answer this question, you have to look at the second highest coin on there. There's no coin out there that can make the Bitcoin dominance chart fall faster than the chart of Ethereum. And if we looked at the ETH over Bitcoin chart, let's take a look here out on the weekly chart at the moment. Let's take a look at what is going on. You can see since this time back here in August, September of 2022, Ethereum over Bitcoin, the price of one Ethereum compared to one Bitcoin, or how many Ethereum or how many Bitcoin it takes to make Ethereum, has fallen from those highs of 0.08 all the way down here towards 0.03. But you can start to see, if you're looking at the weekly chart, a beginning of a bottoming situation. What do I mean by that? Let's take a look at the weekly oscillators here and see what they are saying. First of all, we have flashed very overbought on the weekly chart. Heavily here more recently in October. If you're looking at the MACD and I zoom in, you can see we just had another bullish cross here over the last couple of weeks. But the biggest thing that I'm keeping my eyes on is this Lux-Algo oscillator. And by the way, if you guys want to check that out in the link down below, Lux-Algo is the #1 trading indicator out there. There's a reason why we partner with them. There's a reason why we use it for all of our trading, all of our technical analysis. If you sign up with our link down there, you get this for 20% off. And if you join our Discord, you can get access to our VIP trading group for free just for purchasing Luxago with our link. What I'm talking about right here is we have a major buy signal on the weekly chart that should not be ignored. Green reversals, bullish momentum with double bullish divergence and positive money flow, as well as this bright red section that's called excessive sellers. Those excessive sellers came in. They came in over here as well, but they are now gone. But why is this one extremely significant? Because this suggests we should be making a move to the upside. But the last time we saw something of this significant of negative money flow mixed with low oscillators, you have to go all the way back here to January of 2020. Yes, we're going way back to the last bull market. If you zoom in and take a look at what happened, this was the last final kind of double bottom here on the ETH over Bitcoin chart before, guess what? An explosion of ETH over Bitcoin to the upside. And we're watching very similar signs happen right here. We're seeing a lot of bottom out signals. We've hit take profits on major sell signals. We're getting the buy signals on the weekly chart. This is something that if history repeats itself, timeline-wise and chart-wise, we are watching for a potential explosion of Ethereum over Bitcoin with this chart moving to the upside. Maybe not necessarily that high, but also then the biggest chart out there, Bitcoin dominance. The altcoins get their relief as it falls to the levels we predicted, down towards 50 to 45%. Ultimately, most of that will be driven by the Ethereum price action exploding. And as we said already, by looking at the ETH technical analysis, we have some very interesting technicals right now that suggest an explosion in Ethereum could be popping off very soon. And the price target to keep an eye on, $7,200. But that's all I have for you guys in this video. I am buying Ethereum right now. Let me know in the comments down below. Are you buying? Are you waiting for a little bit lower? What are your thoughts about Ethereum as a whole? Smash that like button on your way out. Hit subscribe. Go check out Luxago once again with that link down below to get 20% off today. But with that said, that's all I have for you now. I'll see you in the next one. Adios. Hey there, if you enjoyed this video, don't just smash the like and hit subscribe, but watch another one as well, like this one right here. And if you want to learn more about trading and investing and get more confident along the way, learning with an amazing community, you might want to click this link right there. So go ahead, click them.